So here I'm on my way into the arena for the concert for Dropkick Murphys. There's two opening acts. I always go in and take a look at the venue inside to see how it's set up, where the stage is. Now, this is me going in for the first act. Now, the first act, the lights are on. There's very few people in there because Dropkick Murphys fans are partiers. They're out in the parking lot right now drinking and having fun. They won't come in until, maybe the second act, but most of them are, third act people. They're in for the main act. Except for the diehards, which are up front in the mosh pit kind of situation. Now, the first act, lighting was great. He doesn't move. There's a good spotlight on him. There's no issues whatsoever. This is just a walk in the park shoot. He just stands there. There's great light, nothing to worry about. But, as the acts go on, it's going to get a little bit more difficult. This is the Voigtlander APO-50, which you can see is just absolutely spectacular. So we go in, wait for a while, and then come back out for the second act. Now, the second act, the house lights are 90% never on. You're walking in, there's a lot more people. There's no direct path to the pit area, so you literally have to walk through people. And just a huge caution, you'll see my hand in front of my lens, holding that and controlling the camera through every step, because all these people have booze, they're drinking. You want to protect your gear like mad. So here there's only down lights. The lighting is horrible for the first and second acts. Normally, the first act was great because there's only one person. The second act, they don't use all the lights because they're saving that for the main act. So you really have to, you're going to struggle with lighting, usually, before the main act. And this lighting was particularly bad. He stayed in front of stage all the time, so he's just clipping the lights that are the down lights. You can see the gentleman on the left, the guitar player, he's got great light on his face, but the lead singer, there's never any light on his face because he's always up front, away from that light, and he moves so much. So you just have to do your best and get the best shot you can. Now, third act, you come in, the house lights are usually up because they're doing the full stage change. But there's a lot more people in here. So when you're coming in, you really have to be careful with your gear. I see these guys with, two cameras dangling along their sides and just walking in. And I just think, oh my God, something's going to happen. I literally carry one camera, one lens, but this time I did take the second lens, and I didn't take the 90 millimeter, I took the 28 millimeter, because I remembered how tight the pit was. And there's a reason for how tight the pit is for Dropkick Murphys, because the lead singer, that's him right there, he is always with the crowd. This is a huge moshing situation with body surfing, and he's always with the crowd. So again, he is not in lights ever. And when he is in lights, he is moving nonstop on stage. You just have to grab what you can grab when you can grab it, because he doesn't stop, period. Now remember, I'm shooting the Leica M, and it's, manual focus camera. And yes, you can do it. There was probably 8 photographers here. I just grab a spot where I'm tight and close, and I don't have to worry about the body surfers coming up over the barrier, and I can change my lens without issue or without beer being thrown at me. I'm tucked in a corner here by one of the speakers, and I'm changing out to the 28 millimeter for the final song. The shoot went great, and I got some great images, but these situations you have to be prepared for live concerts, because you never know what the lighting's going to be, what the conditions are going to be. It's tough, and their lighting on stage was great, no issues whatsoever. But because the lead singer was always up front, there was never great lighting for him. Now, this is me getting out of the area and getting my final shot for the arena, which they always want an overall.